package. Tiki, you know what I got to laugh about? So I'm watching, a lot of the shows that I usually watch in the morning. You usually catch the same stuff, too. And two of them, not everybody. Now, I'm not going to start naming names, but at least 4 or 5 people that we both know, we both like, we both respect, blah, blah, blah. They're on camera, and they're reacting to Cam Newton getting cut, which obviously is what we're going to do the first 20, 30 minutes on the show on. And I can't say how many people said, oh, no, I'm not surprised at all. So-and-so, what was your reaction when Cam Newton got cut? Oh, no, I kind of expected it. Then why did nobody even slightly intimate that Cam Newton might get cut?
Yeah,
I heard that Mac Jones would win the job. You've been saying that for months. I heard nobody say Cam's going to get cut.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
No sense.
Unless they... And you and I talked about this off air, BT. The only thing I can chalk this up to is that Bill Belichick felt that Cam Newton either was going to get a better opportunity someplace else. Look, you lost a job. You're going to go get it. Now you have a chance instead of hanging with us for, 4 weeks. Maybe we trade you. Who knows? We're going to give you a chance to go out there and catch on with a team that might be desperate for either a challenger for their starting quarterback or a backup quarterback or whatever it may be. A better situation
and we'll do that next segment. We'll actually name teams.
That's right. So where is Cam going next? With that next, as BT just mentioned. But maybe Bill Belichick is saying, Cam, we're going to give you a fresh start at another opportunity.
Kind Bill.
Bill. But
Happy
what actually
Bill.
probably happened, BT, is that like last year when Cam Newton went out to dinner, got COVID, and missed a weekend or 2 weeks, whatever it was, and then came back and was a shell of himself because the offense kept advancing and he wasn't there to advance with it. And he came back and he stunk except for running the football where he had 12 touchdowns, but he couldn't throw the ball for crap, right? They were just behind offensively. Or how about a week and a half ago where he decides to leave the state? I don't know why, and I'm not going to judge or whatever. He decides to leave the state, gets mixed up with the protocols and the testing, and ends up being
on ice for 5 days.
For 5 days.
And Mac took his job.
Exactly. And so what happens, and forget Mac, we kind of knew Mac was going to take his job anyway. Eventually.
Yep.
I didn't know if it would. We actually thought it wouldn't happen week 1.
Yeah.
After the 5-day layoff, we kind of said, maybe it's going to happen week 1.
Yes.
What I think happened actually is that Bill Belichick looked at Cam Newton, not directly, but just kind of at the man that is Cam Newton and said, I don't know if I can trust you to be available. And because of that, and the fact that we're a stickler to the process, whatever they call it up there, the Patriot way, you got to go. No offense. We like you.
Yeah, no,
You're a great
no
leader for our
offense
locker room,
taken, Coach.
But
you got to go.
Go get that opportunity. It was there.
I think that could be it. That I've got 3 things that I wrote. Number 1, all right. Number 1, and I don't even know if I put these in the proper order, but number 1, Bill Belichick had no intentions of Cam actually winning the job. He just wanted some real Cam comp for the kid. Because he trusted Mac Jones enough, his relationship with Saban, the accuracy, the intelligence, blah, blah, blah. He wanted a real competition. He knew what he was going to do. He was predisposed to Mac Jones.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to have him battle Brian Hoyer or whomever, like where it was not even a battle.
Yes.
One option.
Yeah, the only, let me stop you there for a second.
Yeah.
The only reason I would question that is why did Cam put on social media QB1?
Why does he write in font that looks like hieroglyphics? I don't know why Cam does half the things Cam does. Number 2, Cam didn't accept the demotion well, and Bill Belichick said, yeah, well, for the betterment of the team,
that might be it.
You got to go. Or number 3, he just didn't want an unvaccinated player, specifically a quarterback, that could, really damage the quarterback room with illness.
Be unavailable.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Not that guy's going to die, but that guys would be unavailable.
Yeah. So
it's got to be one of those 3.
I'm going to toss out the second one.
Okay.
Because I think Cam is, I think he's better than that.
Well, then why did he just put on his Instagram yesterday a QB1?
No. Meaning the second one is he took the demotion bad.
So you're gonna say that that's not a possibility?
I'm going to say I don't believe that Cam flipped out.
I don't think he flipped out either, but the night before he put on Instagram QB1. And now the next day he gets told, in essence, you're not the guy.
Yeah.
Unless, now, Cam is a very wired very interestingly, unless he knew that when he put, and this is really extrapolating and trying to deduce what's in his head, if he put the QB1 up there already knowing that he was going to get cut, and that was the message for the rest of the NFL. Somebody come get me. It seems I mean I wouldn't run to go get him.
That's a reach.
I know it's a reach, but why
else would he do it?
Why else would he do it?
I don't know.
Did he misread the situation that much? He played pretty well.
Maybe he did.
He played pretty well.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we have now I think determined this wasn't about how well Cam played, because even through the first 2 preseason games, we looked at it like, man, Cam looks good.
Yep.
Cam's not throwing the ball in the dirt. Cam's got command of this. Simple defenses. I mean, some of the teams, they didn't even play their starters, but whatever. Cam looked like a starting quarterback in the NFL for those first couple of preseason games. Maybe he did win this job. And so the only thing I can determine is that he thought he won the starting job. And then they told him the next day, which is actually the day that matters, which is cut down day.
That's all that matters.
All that matters is cut down day. Any inclinations or innuendo or wink winks that you get a couple of days before mean bupkis, right? It's a business. It's a business, and it's a harsh one. Unless you know this on cut down day, it's not.
And even really once until you get that first check.
That's a great point.
Because really now with the waivers,
that's a great point.
Guys are thinking, hey, I made the team. A lot of guys are getting cut.
That's
They're going to be picked up.
That's a great point.
So don't celebrate yet, guys. A lot of dreams, unfortunately, still going to be broken.
Is that kid that's now on the street better than you
correct.
in the room? And if the answer is yes, then you might lose your job even after you've made final cuts.
Correct.
So, let's assume that it's not him going crazy, because he put out a tweet,
classy. Once you learned what it stated, actually, and cut through the
dude, I had to blow
the ridiculousness of his font.
I had to blow it up and cut off all the tops and all the accents. It was like, all right, what does it say? Basically said, "Don't worry about me." For
it's
all
almost
those people
like you ever see those? I know you're not a big horror movie guy. Neither am I anymore, but. Some of those movies where, like, some sadistic killer would, like, cut out letters from a newspaper and, like, string them together to form a sentence, like, I'm coming to get you. Like, that's what the font looks like. It's just weird.
Except it was all love. He was all
love. No, they're very happy, very classy.
One pinky,
absolutely.
One finger, one thumb.
Yep.
Which is which I didn't know until Samson told me.
All positive
stuff. Universal sign of love. So
yes.
Let's assume that he didn't flip out and, like, go crazy.
Can I just add this, though, before you get... Because I don't think he flipped out. But I'm not like some guys would flip out, maybe kick a table, flip. I don't mean that, but just that he was visibly shaken by the news to the point where Bill didn't think it would be not that it would be toxic. No. He's not that kind of.
But didn't we get the indication?
I'm trying to think of a guy who might, like Brett Favre. I could see doing that back in the day. He gets so you're sitting Brett Favre down. He's going nuts.
Or if Aaron Rodgers got sat down for Jordan Love.
But I don't think he flipped the table. I think he just kind of walk out the building or be very passive-aggressive,
That's a very good point.
I don't think Cam's wired like that, fit like where he's going to be disrespectful to Bill, but he can still show outward displeasure, and there's nothing wrong with that. And maybe Bill said to himself, I can't risk this.
Yeah. Maybe.
Plus, he's not vaccinated, so now I really can't risk it.
So
let's not bury the lead.
That brings me to the latter one, your third point, or your third situation. Possibility. That because he's unvaccinated, that Bill Belichick decided to cut him, not to get to the threshold of 85% or whatever it is in order to go about things normally within your locker room and your facility, but because if Cam Newton even gets exposed to someone who has COVID or tests positive for COVID, whether it's a staffer or wife or girlfriend,
a referee
whoever,
in a game,
whoever. If he gets exposed, he's down for 10 days, and so now he becomes immediately unavailable. And the Patriots, who are sticklers to doing things, regimentedly and the Patriot way, and we're gonna continue to grow. All of a sudden, we get the same situation we had last year. And so while it feels like it's harsh. You didn't get vaccinated, we're going to cut you. If you're the starting quarterback and you present that kind of potential liability going forward, meaning being unavailable for a long amount of time.
Like Kirk Cousins, like Carson Wentz.
That's right. Just like Lamar Jackson was at the beginning of training camp.
Lamar Jackson.
Like we saw Cam Newton, 8 days ago be unavailable for this team. It's not about being vaccinated and, not choosing not to get vaccinated. It's about being unavailable.
Yeah, the residue to the rest of the team.
That's exactly
right. Not your personal decision not to get vaccinated.
That's right.
But by by having that be your decision, there are ramifications.
Yeah, there absolutely are.
And
look,
I'm fine with that.
We've already seen what the NFL is doing to unvaccinated players who violate protocols. No, Isaiah McKenzie, right? Don't wear your mask. 14,000.
Got fined pretty good, yeah.
And guess what? He got vaccinated.
Yeah,
like immediately.
He did.
You win.
Show the letter on Instagram.
You win, NFL.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to get vaccinated. I think that there was a potential mandate that was going to come down from the NFL and the NFLPA to require all of the players to be vaccinated. They already require all of the NFL employees, whether it's coaches or staff, et cetera, to be vaccinated to be in the building. And so it was trending towards that happening for the players as well. And so if you're Bill Belichick or whoever's, I'm assuming it's Bill Belichick who's making all the decisions, this is a serious consideration that you have to think about. And while it may feel unfair, it's just the reality of the game. The NFL doesn't want to lose games. They don't want to get to the point where because a team, hits an unvaccinated player that causes, 6 or 7 players by proximity to be out for 5 days or whatever it may be, to miss a game, then have to forfeit the game, then nobody gets paid. The NFL doesn't want that to happen. So they got close, even though it didn't happen, to mandating vaccinations for players. It didn't happen, but I think we're starting to see it trend that way anyways.
Well, that's the that's the medical stuff there. From a football point of view, it's amazing just how much the AFC East has transformed. Josh Allen's the old head. Yeah, he's 25.
I know.
You got Josh Allen, you got Zach Wilson, you got Tua, you got Mac Jones. Amazing. And next segment, as Tiki said before, we will get into possible destinations for Cam. But let's be honest. And again, we just throw out three theories as to why he's no longer on the team. Let's put it this way. Like yesterday, if they announced Mac was the starter, we would lead with that. But we wouldn't be as confused. We'd be like, okay, we get it. Even though we're mildly surprised, this constitutes a big surprise.
That's right.
And that's why I really latch on to the unvaccinated aspect of it really having influence, which is going to directly deter other teams from signing him, because Belichick's not the only one who doesn't want to have to potentially deal with this, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I agree.
It sabotage your season.
That's right. And if you can't bring in a guy who might be unavailable, it'd be just like, and it's not the same, but it is kind of the same, bringing in a guy who has a lingering knee injury or a bum shoulder or whatever it may be, or is prone to concussions, has had 6 or 7 and took a year off, and now he comes back and he might get another concussion. It's the attrition nature of the game. This is a vaccination, but it's the same thing. You have to have guys available. There's a limited number of players that are available on your roster. Now they've expanded practice squads, and they've allowed you to basically activate a practice squad player up to game day.
Up to game day,
Actually,
yes.
I think
that changed last year. Remember they had that last year as well.
I think it's up to 90 minutes before game day.
Oh, is it really that?
Yeah,
wow,
I think it's like right up to the
smart.
game. So it's smart.
Yeah.
So there is still availability, but you're pulling a guy off the practice squad who's gotten 8 reps, maybe, right, in the last month or so. So I do believe that it is a critical point for Cam's future.
Oh, there's no question.
Where he ends up next. Are there teams that could use him because they have not big question marks, but little tiny question marks about their quarterback? Absolutely.
Yep.
But is it worth it, them going after Cam, knowing exactly why Bill Belichick got rid of Cam?
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop fresh content.